Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Learn Arise Awake. Today we are going to learn about semiconductors. In any electronic circuit, we find resistors, capacitors, inductors. Along with these, we also find diodes and transistors. What is a semiconductor diode? Semiconductor diode is a single PN junction with two terminals which conducts only in one direction. This is called unidirection conduction property. Because of this property, semiconductor diodes are used in rectifiers. Transistors. Transistor is a 2 PN junction 3-terminal device which passes the current from low resistance path to the high resistance path. Transistor has a bidirection conduction property. It allows the current to flow in both directions. Because of this property, transistors have a number of applications. They are used in amplifiers for the amplification process, which increases the strength of weak signals. In the previous video, we have learned about conductors and insulators. There are certain materials which are neither good conductors nor bad conductors. Such materials are called semiconductor materials, whose conductivity lies between the conductors and insulators. Example, silicon, germanium. Structure of an atom. According to Bohr's atomic model, an atom contains a positively charged nucleus around which a number of negatively charged electrons will be revolving. The nuclei of all elements except hydrogen contains particles. One is proton, positively charged particle, and neutron, neutrally charged. A proton and a neutron has same mass, whereas electron and a proton have same charge. The electrons revolve around the nucleus only in certain permitted orbits with some energy levels. Larger the orbit of an electron, higher will be the energy level. When an external energy like heat or light is applied to an atom, the atom is said to be in excited state. In this state, the electron is shifted to a higher energy level, but it does not last for long. That is, the electron will fall back to its original energy level. As it falls, it gives out its acquired energy in the form of heat, light, or in the form of other radiations. Valence electrons are the outermost electrons which determine the chemical properties. It is attached to an atom. Free electrons are not attached to any atom. Any orbit can have a maximum number of 2n square electrons, where n is the number of the orbit. Energy band of silicon. The atomic number of silicon is 14. The first band contains 2 electrons, the second band contains 8 electrons, the third band has 4 valence electrons. And there is an additional band called conduction band which experiences negligible attraction from the nucleus. The conduction band electrons move randomly throughout the solid, which are called as free electrons. These free electrons are responsible for the flow of electric current. The gap between the conduction band and the valence band is called as energy gap or forbidden energy gap. The electron can be shifted from the valence band to the conduction band by supplying additional energy greater than the forbidden energy gap. Depending upon the type of material and the energy gap between the conduction band and the valence band, solids can be classified into conductors, insulators, and semiconductors. In conductors, the materials like copper, silver, aluminium conduct electric current at room temperature. The conductors have large number of free electrons and there is no forbidden energy gap between the valence band and the conduction band. So these bands overlap each other. Without supplying any additional energy like heat or light, the valence electrons will become free electrons and with a slight potential difference across the conductor constitute the electric current. Insulators. Some materials like glass, bakelite have very wide forbidden gap. Because of this, the electron cannot jump from the valence band to the conduction band. Therefore, the electrical conductivity at room temperature is very small or nil. However, at very high temperatures or very high voltages, it may conduct. It is called as breakdown of insulators. Semiconductors. Here, the conduction band is almost empty and the valence band is almost full. The forbidden energy gap is very small, of the order 1 electron volt. At room temperature, some electrons acquire the energy to jump from valence band to the conduction band. Therefore, semiconductors are capable of conducting little current. For example, silicon, germanium. Pure semiconductors are called intrinsic semiconductors. But by adding some impurities, the electrical properties of semiconductor can be changed. Then it is called as extrinsic semiconductor. Thank you for watching this video. Happy learning!